Hello everyone, happy Thursday. I hope wherever you are, you're feeling loved and you're safe and all that kind of good stuff. I don't know about you, but I think it's been a pretty awesome week. So many of you know I launched my new book this week, a little mini book called Leadership Presence, How to Show Up, Stand Out, and Shake Up the World. And it's been awesome. And I just want to thank all of you for your love, your support as throughout this crazy journey. It's been really remarkable. I've loved receiving all your selfies holding up the book. That was pretty cool. I'll post some of them as we go through. And for all those that went on and did some Amazon reviews after purchasing the book, thank you. So listen, I had someone text me last night about they're pretty young in a leadership role and they were just wanting some guidance, wanting some support. And so I gave them an exercise that they could do. So I want to share that with you so that you could do it for yourself, or you can even use this exercise with people on a team. So in actually my leadership book, he brought up tip number 5 on leadership presence, which was love people enough to tell them the truth. And that can be really hard, especially when the person we need to tell the truth is ourselves. Because sometimes it's not easy to look at ourselves and really tell that truth. So we were talking about it, and I said to him, he goes, you know what? One of the things when I heard you speak before that really resonated is when you talked about sometimes we lead with our heart space too much, and sometimes we lead with our head space too much. And I said to him, try this exercise. I want you to imagine a line. And on one end is, at a 1, is people who leads just all with heart space. And on the other end of the spectrum are people that lead all with head space. And in that 5, right in that middle area is people who leads, directly with both head and heart both. What number would you give yourself? And I want all of you to think about that right now. When you think about how you lead, love, communicate, all that kind of good stuff, would you say on a scale, 1 is all heart space, 10 is all head space, what number would you give yourself? If I'm being really honest with you, I just think I tend, I gravitate normally to probably just a 7 or an 8. So I am very much headspace. And I told him, once you get your number, I want you to think about what are the strengths that come with that number. So for me, when I think about 7, 8 headspace, I'm very strategic. I really focus on big picture. I drive crazy results. Hey, yeah, Danielle, you give yourself a 7. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, drop your number in if you're watching. So I will celebrate people for sure, but I tend to celebrate like hard work and people that really make amazing results. The drawback for me is I have to really think about creating empathy with people. And I really have to consciously try, and I think about it a lot because I know it doesn't just come naturally for me. Sometimes I'm all about driving action, so sometimes I lack impulse control, or I can be too assertive with people. And so those are the drawbacks. So when I was asking this young man who was texting me about like where he would fall, he said, I want to think about it. He sent me a text message this morning. He says, I would give myself a 3. So this young professional who's moving up in the leadership roles definitely is an individual who leads so much with their heart space. And I said to him, okay, so what are the strengths that come with doing a 3? Hey, Brands, good seeing you. So with a 3, he said, my strength is, he goes, I am so empathetic. He really can sit down and he creates trust with people, creates a great team culture. I want to give you exactly what he said. He also said that he's always focused on growth and trying to get better, which is awesome. And then I said to him, okay, so what might be the drawbacks that come with being a 3? And the 2 that really resonated with me with what he said was this. He said, I'm always, I take too long to make decisions. And he says, I worry too much about what other people think about me. And this is a little side note I want to tell you all. Almost every leader, executive that I've ever coached in my career, most of their problems came down to a lack of confidence. Now, it might come across as overconfidence, but it always comes down to a lack of confidence. So when people that are worried too much about what other people think about them, it's learning to put your value in what you believe in yourself. It made me also think about Mark Zuckerberg. I read this a long time ago. He said in his first meeting with Sheryl Sandberg, he said, your desire to be liked is going to hold you back. I want all of you to hear that. Your desire to be liked is going to hold you back. And it's like, can we learn to like ourselves and stand up for our voice, still taking into consideration other people's point of view? Hey, Jack, thank you for purchasing the book. I appreciate it. So this is my challenge to all of you. I want you to think about, on that scale of 1 to 10. 1 is all heart space, 10 is all head space. What number would you give yourself? If you want to drop it in here, drop it in, ask me a question. And then when you get to that number, I want you to celebrate the strengths that come with that number, because that's part of your confidence too, is you're bringing something very unique and special to that situation. But then to have enough self-awareness to say, you know what, with those strengths also come weaknesses and some potential roadblocks if I don't manage those. So what are those? And then the last question I asked him was, if you could just do 1 or 2 things to really focus on over the next week, to kind of maybe think about being more in that middle area, what would those 1 or 2 actions be? And here's why. Because I believe that middle space, and I'm not saying exactly a 5, maybe it's like 4 to 6. I think that is the space of emotional intelligence. That's the space where we're really leading, loving, communicating with both our head and our heart both. And I think we will all show up better. In my first book, Bold New You, I actually said, none of us show up our best when we operate from an extreme version of ourselves. And I'm such a believer in that. The best version of us will always be in that middle space. So just something for you to think about. Gloria, you said you're a 7. So yeah, think about, and know there's some strengths there, right? And what are the watch outs as a leader, as a parent, as a lover that I need to be mindful of? Because we're also communicating and loving in our relationships typically that way as well. So, hey, I'm going to do a drawing in a second, but if you have any questions about that exercise, drop it in the chat box. Let me see. If you think that exercise could help people, whether you're watching the recording or this, give me like a thumbs up, put a like so I can see you. So just say, do you think that would be helpful for yourself? Do you think that would be helpful for other people, especially for you in leadership roles? I think it's sometimes a really good exercise to do that or share that with younger people that are coming up through the ranks, to say, let's celebrate what you're good at, but let's also think about how where you are could also hold you back if you're not aware of it. Yes, okay, cool, thank you. Yeah, so both Gloria and Lori, both giving yourself 7, 7, 8. You know, it's interesting. I work with a lot of people in the restaurant industry, and usually when I talk to them, a lot of them will say that they tend to lean more to kind of that headspace. And it's not a right or wrong. It's just about acknowledging where you are, because we're all bringing something different in. So I hope that gives you something to think about. Listen, I've been doing, for my book, I did some contests. Last week I gave away a free coaching session for the ebook launch. And then yesterday, I gave away a free coaching session for the paperback launch. And then I decided, so many of you submitted your receipts to me from Amazon, and I was like, you know what? I want to do one more. So I put all of those crazy receipts, all those things that you all sent me, I put them in this crate. We're not high tech here. I put it in this bowl, and I'm going to do another drawing for a free 60-minute coaching session with me. You're welcome, Danielle. Thank you. So here it is. This person, whoever this is going to be, is going to get a free 60-minute coaching session with me. I want to do a live drawing so you can see it. And the person is... Ooh, hold on. I'm dropping it, y'all. All right. I see the first name, but I can't see the whole thing. This is what happens when you put the sticky on the thing. All right. So it's Paige Lever, who sent me an email with her receipts. So Paige Lever, congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you. I look forward to talking with you about what it is that's coming up for you, wherever you want to work on. If you have, I want to answer some questions if you have any. So if you have any questions about leadership, communication, drop them in the chat box or drop them in the comment section. Hopefully I'll see it here in a second before I wrap up. But I just want to say thank you to all of you. I haven't shared this, but my first book, Bold New You, actually won 3 awards nationally this year. And none of that would have been possible without you all. That book took me a really long time to write. But it's because of you all, your comments on Facebook, Instagram, all those social media platforms. You challenged me. You made me think differently. All the workshops I've been able to deliver. But we won the Gold Award from the Nonfiction Authors Association. And then we won 2 Indie Awards. We won the top award in the category of self-help and for motivational for Bold New You. So it's been a really remarkable year. And I just cannot thank you enough for your your love and your support. So we'll see where this little one goes. I wanted to write a smaller book because I know some people just want some quick bits of information. So that's what this one's really about. So if you think it's, oh, well, you rock too, Kathy. So I just appreciate all of you. So any questions for me before you go? Oh, thank you for all the love and little hearts. I appreciate it. Any questions? So I'm going to give you a few seconds to put one in if you have one. I don't do these too often. I'm thinking, you know what? I know I should do these more, but y'all know what it's like. Thank you, Gloria. I appreciate it. Well, if you are going back, and I know a lot of people are going to go back and watch the recording, if you have a question, drop it in the comments section. I'll be reading the comments, and I'll reply back to you, all right? So, again, thank you. I want you to think about that leadership exercise. How can you apply it in your life? Maybe ask someone today at your office or virtually where they would fall, and see what kind of comes up for you. What's your strengths? Where's the opportunity? How to get more to the middle? All that kind of good stuff. All right. I'm sending all of you all so much love. Hey there. If no one tells you they believe in you, I believe in you. I'm thanking you so much today. So have a good day. I'll talk to you soon.